podcast Fashion Canes. I am your host, Alicia. Today is Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. My co-host in this podcast episode is Brianna.
Hello, guys.
I'm sorry to admit this, but anyway. This is Brianna's last day here. So this is the last time she will be able to be on my podcast. You were only on it one time before, remember?
I think I've been on it twice with you. Maybe.
I
I've
think
seen you a couple of times.
I think you were on my podcast one time, then you were on my YouTube channel. Remember?
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's what it was. I think I've been with you twice. So, yeah, we've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, so she's getting ready to go back to college. What are you going to college for?
So I'm at Coastal Georgia in Brunswick, and I'm doing college for exercise science to hopefully one day become a physical therapist or occupational therapist. So, trying to have a lot of fun with that. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
You talk with them.
Okay, Brianna has to leave the room for a minute. Okay, so today we're talking about the visual impairment no one talks about. This is going to be a good podcast episode. You don't want to miss it. Okay. Severe low vision starts at 2200 vision, which is the border of legally blind. There are many visual acuities that are below 2200 vision. For example, 2400 or 2500, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, but there eventually comes a time when a patient with low vision cannot respond to an eye chart, like truly, like not even the eye chart that you use on toddlers. When they pass this point, ophthalmologists are taught to label their visual acuity as like count fingers, hand motion, light perception, and no light perception. No light perception is when the eyes don't take in any light. You can have no light perception in both eyes, you can have no light perception in one eye. Your visual acuity is measured by the better seeing eye. Light perception means that someone is able to detect light. Hand motion means that someone is able to see shadows. Count fingers means someone is able to count fingers. Now, you may be thinking, well, that sounds straightforward. That seems easy to understand. That's easy to understand. However, unfortunately, ophthalmologists are not taught that there is a level of vision that lies between hand motion and count fingers. How do I know this? Did I go to medical school and search this out? No. I did do a lot of research on eye conditions. I was not in college for it. I do not want to go to college. I studied eye conditions by watching YouTube videos. And I also know from personal experience that there is a level of vision that lies between hand motion and count fingers. I know from my personal experience because that is my everyday reality. Brianna came back in the room.
Yes.
Brianna, does that make sense?
I didn't hear much of that. But yeah, if Alicia says it, she knows what she's talking about. For sure.
Okay, so my visual acuity is object detection. Truly, even though it's labeled as hand motion. Object detection is the visual impairment that no one is talking about. Object detection is a situation where someone is able to see objects and contrast and bling. They may see it with color, they may see it without color. However, they don't know what they are looking at. That's why when they see something, that's why when someone who has object detection sees something, they will ask very seemingly obvious questions like, so what's that? What's that across the room? Or what's that next to me? Or what is this in front of me? Brianna, do you want to comment on this?
I'm good, I think. I'm just setting up your next question.
Okay. Yeah, the tricep ones.
Yes.
I'm working out on the arm bicycle. Anyway, do you understand object detection?
Yeah. I think possibly.
You said, you didn't say this on camera whenever we were recording any podcast episode or video, but you said that off camera, you said your grandmother had a visual impairment.
Yes, she does.
So, what is that like? Does she know what she's looking at, or does she just see it and she's like, so what's this?
Sort of both. So it depends. So whenever she's talking to somebody that she knows, obviously she can hear their voice and she can sort of make out who they are from like figure outline, and she can see a little bit, but I think it's more blurred vision than anything. But whenever we're just out and about, she likes to travel, and so if she's in my hometown, she lives in Bellingham, Washington. So whenever she comes down to visit, and we go out shopping, and she's got her walking cane, and
Like the support cane?
sort of. It's just like a walking cane to make sure that she doesn't she can make sure that she steps up before she gets to a curb or stairs or anything like that, and get into a car. So before she sees anything, she'll be like, so what are we looking at here? Like what? To make sure what color is this? What kind of style is this? Or if, just say we're walking around downtown Tifton, she's like, what building is this? So she knows a little bit about Tifton because she would come and see me sometimes when I was little. So she sort of remembers because the vision has went bad over the years. So she gradually progressed that way. So she can remember certain things, and so she's like, remind me what this is. And she can sort of tell by the outlines of things, but yeah.
So does she have shape perception instead of object detection? I hear that a lot of people have shape perception.
I think so. She probably has a little bit of all of it. I don't really know. I just know that she said that she's legally blind, so she's not fully blind, but
she's not totally blind, and she is not blind to light perception.
Yes, yeah.
Or light and shadow perception.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You probably know more about it than I do. You're more informed. I'm not very informed. She's just family, and I love her. And she tells me about it.
So what is it like to see shapes?
I don't know. I mean, it's just like looking at anything else normal. I mean, when I see this bike right here, I know that it's the upper body cycle. Whenever I see a shape, just say it's a star, I know it's a star. It's just looking.
So what does it mean to see the shape of things? I know that's something that a lot of people can do, but what does that even mean?
I guess to be able to determine what it actually is. I mean, if it's a circle, you are able to say that it's a circle. If it's a square, you're able to say it's a square. That's only if you can see it, I guess. You know? I guess that's what it is to see shapes. I don't know. Because it helps define them.
So, if you took her to a store, let's say you took her to Bath and Body Works,
Yeah.
and she walks up to a display, does she know what she's looking at, or does she turn around and be like, so what's this? What's on this?
She could probably tell that, I mean, there's probably a wall of something, but she probably asked, what is this? I mean, if I told her we were walking into Bath and Body Works, she would know that we're more than likely looking at a perfume wall. But if she says, so what is this? It could be perfume or lotion. She'll ask me what that is. Yeah.
So can she tell that it's perfume bottles, or is it just like there's
Probably
objects
not.
but I don't know what they are?
Probably not, since they're so small.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Can she count fingers?
Yes, if it's close. If it's close to her. She can sort of tell. I mean, if you hold up 1 and 2, it might be a little, I don't know, it might be a little iffy, but I mean, if you hold up 5 compared to 1, she can definitely tell.
Yeah, or if you hold up 5 and 8.
Yeah, she
Then
can
she
definitely tell. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mhm. Do you want to do a part 2 of this video? Because we're going to swap over to this tricep machine. We've been on the upper body cycle for 11 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for watching this podcast episode. We're going to have to do part 2 to this. Thank you for watching this video, this podcast episode.